I think so. I mean, if you go in there with a mindset that you're going to control an area, you're going to do this, you'll be able to do this. No, there's only one chief executive, only one. Your job is to assist the chief executive. The problem to me is, if a deputy governor comes in with attitude like, I really want to help, I really want to assist, I really want to put my best, the expectation is that the government will now give that opportunity to the deputy governor to be able to put his best.
Then it becomes a spare tire, so to speak.
Yes, no, you are a spare tire. You are. The point I'm saying is, if you come in with a good attitude and you want to work, the governor now says, yes, work. Then you have a good relationship. Let me give you an example. If you ask me, Obaseki and Shaibu worked very well. Prior to now. It was a good relationship. He ceded a lot of things for him to do, gave him a lot of leeway to be able to perform. And they worked. There are governors in the past that worked well with their deputy governors. But the problem is always listening to stories, listening to gossip. Because I said to my governor once, nobody remembers the deputy governor. It's always the governor's administration. Nobody remembers any deputy governor. For you, the governor, what you need to do is put your best feet forward. Any accolade is yours. Any appreciation, it's to the governor, not to the deputy governor. So if you try to cage the deputy governor and not allow him to shine, you're frustrating yourself. You're frustrating your administration. You're not making your administration better than it can be. Now,
that appeared to be the case.
Yes. When I went there, I felt I knew my position. I'm a deputy governor.
So you were a spare tire?
Yes.
You were a spare tire?
I was
that's what the Constitution says. There's no point emphasizing.
No.
Hold on.
That's what the Constitution says.
The Constitution that we brought in here.
The Constitution did
it didn't say spare tire, but that's the Constitution does not assign the role.
The Constitution that we're practicing is the one like said in the United States.
Yeah.
If you look at the duties of a lieutenant governor, it's the same thing as as a deputy governor in Nigeria. There's no specific, except, okay, well, we do have some roles. We're in charge of a boundary. We're in charge of the pilgrims. That's basically what the Constitution says about the deputy governors, which is nothing. The expectation of a deputy governor is that maybe you'll be given a ministry to supervise, which happens in some states. It didn't happen in mine. I expected that to happen, but it didn't. So life goes on.
And you accepted it.
I accept. You have to. If
so,
you want to
so,
be.
So what was your relationship? Sorry,
Yes.
again, you just have to.
Yes.
What was your relationship like? Between you and since you acted like a spare tire, which means you didn't bring in no intellectual input, no ideas. You just did what he told you.
No, that's not true. Of course, you have ESCO meetings. You contribute your own during those meetings. If the governor calls you for advice, you give. If he doesn't, you don't. The point is this. Every relationship between the governor and deputy is all different. Mine was different. I didn't get the responsibilities that I wanted, but I got others. I went out. I was the one going out to Lagos, Abuja to represent the government functions. Of course, that creates opportunity for you to make contact, for people to know that you exist. So I liked that. Yes, I didn't have a ministry to supervise. Okay, no problem. But I was able to interact with the federal government agencies, federal government parastatals, ministries, ministers. I was able to do that. Even governors. I was going to NEC meetings, interacting with other governors. So people knew I was as a deputy governor. So I think the problem for me lies more on the governors, not the deputy governors. The governor must believe that there's only one red pen. There's nothing the deputy governor can do to really affect you. You control the resources. You control the House of Assembly. Now, if you cede some ministry to a deputy governor to supervise, he's only supervising.
You still have to report.
You have to report. I mean, I can't spend a dime, a kobo, without his approval. You can't spend a couple without his approval. It's a situation where it's like a company. There's one chief executive. Now, if you have a good relationship, you get some areas that you are told to be responsible for. But that's it. You can't come in there expecting that.
So the definitely doesn't have any envelope of its own that it could, you know.
Okay, let me say this. Some governors, when they travel out for medical reasons or whatever, or vacation, they transmit power to the deputy governor. Now, when that happens, the deputy governor is supposed to act as a governor. You're supposed to sign documents, you're supposed to sign contracts, whatever comes to your table. I didn't have that opportunity. For the 8 years I worked as a deputy governor, I never acted as a governor. The governor never ceded the power to me. So